Hello. Today we're going to talk all about protein. I'm Summer Williams, a registered dietitian for Custom Fit. In addition to being a registered dietitian, I'm also a personal trainer and health coach and specialize in weight loss management, performance optimization, health and wellness, and developing a healthy lifestyle for longevity. And when I'm not talking about food, I love spending time with my miniature dachshunds, traveling and eating amazing food. So today we're going to discuss what is protein. Also, we're going to talk about the importance and functions of protein food sources, protein requirements and recommendations, protein timing, how to achieve protein goals, protein fads, and protein supplements. So first, what is protein? Proteins are building blocks of the body which help heal and maintain muscle tissue. Protein consists of combinations of structures called amino acids that combine in various ways to make muscles, bones, tendons, skin, hair, nails, and other tissues. Now, the body needs 20 different types of amino acids to grow and function properly. 9 of those amino acids in the diet cannot be made by the body and thus need to be derived from food. So, the importance and function of protein. First, for muscle mass and growth. Muscles are responsible for the production of energy, the generation of heat, and moving the body. Protein is not an ideal source of fuel for exercise, but can be used when the body and diet lacks adequate carbohydrates. This is not ideal, however, because if the protein is used for fuel, there won't be enough available protein left to use for the body to repair muscle tissues and rebuild muscle. Also, we want to think of it in terms of a car. Carbs and fats are like the fuel of the car, where protein is the engine. Next is recovery. Protein plays a very important role in muscle recovery. During a workout, muscles are depleted of glycogen, they're damaged and need to be repaired. Now, by consuming a steady amount of protein throughout the day, it helps to ensure proper nitrogen balance, which allows the body to be in muscle repair mode. Now, the quicker your muscles repair, the quicker you recover. And if you don't eat enough protein, the longer it will take your body to recover after exercise. Now, preserving muscle tissue. Now, this is especially important for those who are trying to lose weight or during weight loss. There's significant evidence that high protein foods are very thermogenic. Now, this means that it requires more energy to digest foods that are high in protein than less thermogenic foods like carbs. So the body has to work 30% harder to digest proteins than carbs and fats. Now, therefore, a diet high in protein can help with fat loss. Now, protein is also required by the body to properly use stored fat as energy. If you don't eat enough protein, the body will have a harder time using fat stores and may instead use muscle tissue for energy. That's one of the reasons that low protein diets can cause people to feel weak and fatigued. Satiety. Now, protein is the most filling of the macronutrients, and it helps to reduce the hunger hormone called ghrelin. And bone health. Studies have shown that eating more protein has benefits for bone health, and this is very important for osteoporosis and bone density. Also, especially important as we age. Now, protein also makes hormones and enzymes that are used by the body. So, some of these are insulin, which helps signal the uptake of glucose or sugar into the cells, and glucagon, which signals the breakdown of stored glucose in the liver. Now, there's 2 types of protein food sources. The first is animal sources, which are considered a complete protein, and the second are plant sources, which are incomplete proteins. Now, incomplete doesn't mean bad. It just means that it's lacking at least one of the essential amino acids, where complete proteins from animal sources have them all. Some proteins, such as corn, are notoriously incomplete, while another plant source protein is soy, which is actually a complete protein. Now, as you see here, on the left are animal sources of protein, and on the right are examples of plant sources. As you notice, animal sources in general are considered to be higher in protein considered to plants in comparison to plant sources. Milk proteins, such as whey and casein, are typically rated as the two highest quality protein sources available, while plant proteins typically rank in the lowest. And again, it's because of the amount of protein in the servings of plant sources. As a note for those on a vegetarian or vegan diet or vegetarian and vegan athletes, it may be harder to obtain all of the necessary nutrients, especially protein in the diet. Protein deficient diets can lead to lower immunity, inappropriate fat-free mass, which is the imbalance of the ratio of fat to muscle in the body, lethargy, anemia, etc. So it may be advised for those on a vegan or vegetarian diet to consider protein supplementation. On a positive note, however, vegetarian diets have been associated with lower incidences of many diseases and cancers. Protein recommendations. For the average person in the United States, it is recommended to consume 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight in order to prevent deficiencies. Now, as it's mentioned, that's a number just to prevent deficiencies, so likely most people will want more of that in their diet. The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, the Dietitians of Canada, and the American College of Sports Medicine recommend 1.2 to 2.0 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day for athletes, depending on training for optimal health and performance. And at Custom Fit, we typically recommend 25 to 30% of caloric intake to be protein, and that's to ensure adequate intake and proper muscle growth and repair. Protein timing. So we want to talk a little bit about protein timing for recovery and also training. So before and during exercise, it's suggested that protein intake before and during activity, along with the appropriate carbohydrate intake, can decrease muscle protein breakdown and stimulate muscle production. During or after exercise, consuming protein after exercise encourages muscle protein synthesis, rebuilds muscle protein, as well as improves muscle adapted response for endurance exercise training. So we definitely want to make sure we get in that protein after exercise. This helps our muscles repair, helps them grow, and helps restore all the protein that we have lost. For athletes or those who are doing high intensity exercise, it's advised to consume protein within 60 minutes post exercise. This is the optimal time for the muscles to utilize protein for repair and growth. Now, how to reach your protein goal. Generally, high protein diets are considered acceptable. Protein should be eaten at all meals and snacks. So we want to think of getting protein at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and any snacks that you have throughout the day. When increasing protein intake, try and increase the number of meals that you eat per day rather than increasing size of meals. So think about adding an extra snack in your day, or maybe a little post-dinner snack if needed. Studies show that eating regular amounts of protein-rich foods throughout the day is much better than eating it all at once. The jury is still out on how much protein can be digested at one time. So it's advised to have protein throughout the day so that your body can digest it. Also, if you're eating all of your protein at one meal, you're not going to have that steady source throughout the day. And also your body may not be able to digest it and may instead just excrete it from the body. Now, a sporting diet will vary in protein levels. So make sure you're talking to your dietitian or coach if you are an athlete to discuss how much protein is required or recommended for your particular sport. Now, protein fads. This is kind of just a funny story, but back in the day, you may have heard that a lot of bodybuilders or athletes were drinking raw eggs or full raw eggs in their diet because they believed that it would help them get protein in their bodies much quicker. Now, eating raw egg whites. Eggs are an excellent source of protein, with almost 93% of the weight of the protein being absorbable by the body. However, raw egg whites are the exception. So avidin, which is the substance in raw egg whites, prevents the body from absorbing protein. In order to absorb the protein, you must cook the eggs to break down the avidin. So you want to try and eat cooked eggs instead of raw eggs to give your body more protein. So the moral of the story is that eating raw eggs is not as beneficial as once believed. So go ahead, cook your eggs. They'll taste better and be better for you. Protein supplements. Now, dietary supplements are designed to replace nutrients that may be missing in the diet. They're typically found as tablets, capsules, protein powders, or other powders, or in liquid form. They're a fast and easy way to make sure the body is getting the nourishment it needs. However, they don't replace the benefits of eating a nutrient-dense, healthy diet. So we do want to try and make sure we're getting the majority of our food from real foods. They're generally considered safe. However, some may interact with other medications or pose risks for those with certain medical conditions. So it is very important to speak with your healthcare provider before taking any supplements. And a note on third-party testing. Dietary supplements are not approved by any regulatory body, so the accuracy of the claims that they made by the supplement company are not guaranteed. So when a product undergoes third-party testing, it's been tested by a company that's not involved in the sale or production of the supplement, and thus providing an unbiased assessment of the product. So we recommend that all supplements that you take, try and make sure they're third-party tested to ensure that they are doing or having the benefits that they are claiming to have. So talking specifically about protein supplements, who can benefit from taking protein supplements such as protein powders? There are many different types of people who can benefit with many different goals. First one being for weight loss. Now, certain protein powders can help with the fat burning process and keep hunger at bay. So they can make you fuller and therefore will eat less calories. Also, some have fewer carbs and can help preserve muscle tissues during weight loss. Other types of people or other goals that can benefit from taking protein supplements are those who want to improve their athletic performance, those who want to build muscle mass, for people looking to improve overall wellness, or simply reach your protein goals. Now, the types of protein used in supplements, there are many, and I've just highlighted a few here of the kind of the most popular, most important, or readily used protein supplements on the market. The first is whey protein. It is one of the most popular protein supplement sources on the market, and it contains all of the essential amino acids. It's easily absorbed by the body and doesn't fill you up. It's a fast digesting protein and may be beneficial for those who are looking to gain skeletal muscle mass. It can also help increase energy levels and reduce stress levels. However, it is found in cow's milk and should be avoided by those who have trouble digesting dairy or who will follow vegan or vegetarian diets. So whey isolate is a higher quality protein source and contains less fat and lactose per serving than whey concentrate. Whey isolates and concentrates are best used after a workout. Whey concentrates are a more cost-effective form of whey protein. It takes less time to process but contains more fat and lactose. Whey concentrates contain between 70 and 85% protein. Now, casein protein is a slow digesting protein that is isolated from milk. Because its high level of protein and thick taste, it's very popular with people who are trying to gain weight. It's also effectively used to build muscle, so it's often used for people trying to put on muscle mass. Soy protein is a high-quality protein, but not as efficient as milk or casein proteins. It may help reduce cholesterol and may help ease menopause symptoms for some women. It can also help build bone mass and may be beneficial with those for osteoporosis. It is a fast digesting protein source and has adequate levels of all the essential amino acids. It's also a common alternative for vegans or vegetarians or those who have sensitivities to allergies to dairy. However, again, it's not the best source of protein for those looking to build skeletal mass compared to whey protein. Now, pea protein is another 100% gluten-free source of protein and is a good alternative for vegetarians and vegans. It is lactose and cholesterol free and is easy to digest. It's rich in 8 of the 9 essential amino acids. However, there is limited research on the effectiveness of pea protein. Hemp protein is another 100% plant-based protein source. It's a good source of omega-3 fatty acids and is not a complete protein as it has low levels of lysine and leucine. Brown rice protein is 100% plant-based and gluten-free. It's a good choice for vegetarians or vegans who don't want to consume dairy. Now, when choosing the best protein powders for your needs, you want to think of what your ultimate goal is. For those who are looking to lose weight, it's best to choose protein powders that do not contain added sugars or branched chain amino acids, also known as BCAAs, as they help promote muscle growth and weight gain. To increase skeletal muscle mass, the best options are whey protein and whey isolates. And this is due to their high biological value, which is a value that indicates how well the body can utilize and absorb a particular protein. For vegans and vegetarians, aim for 100% plant protein, such as soy, pea, or hemp protein. For those with diabetes, you want to make sure to choose a protein powder that does not contain added sugar and are lower in carbs, between 5 to 15 grams per serving. If you have kidney disease, you need to limit the amount of protein you have at one time. You want to aim for protein powders that contain a lower range of protein per serving, approximately 10 to 15 grams per serving. But for anyone who has medical conditions, you want to make sure you check with your doctor before consuming and want to get their approval of what kind of protein powder, if any, is going to work best for you. For those with gastrointestinal problems such as irritable bowel syndrome or lactose intolerance, it's important to choose protein powders that don't contain lactose sugars, artificial sweeteners, or dextrins or maltodextrins. If you have a gluten allergy or sensitivity, again, you want to avoid protein powders that contain gluten. And if you have any questions or are in doubt, check with your doctor before starting to take any protein supplements. In summary, protein is important for muscle mass, growth, recovery, preserving muscle tissue during weight loss, satiety, and bone health. The two main sources are animal protein, which is a complete protein source, and plant protein, which is considered incomplete. Now, custom fit, we recommend 25 to 30% of your caloric intake to come from protein. It's recommended to have protein at all meals and after exercise, typically or ideally within 1 hour, which is the optimal time for muscles to utilize protein and repair and growth. Now, protein supplements are a quick source of nutrients, especially protein, but do not replace the benefits of eating a nutrient-dense, healthy diet. Supplements are not reviewed by the FDA for safety and effectiveness, and remember to please make sure that your supplements have been third-party tested. Supplements can help with weight loss, muscle growth, and to improve athletic performance. And there are many, many types. Whey is the most popular, but please make sure to do your research to see which type is best suited to your needs and goals. Now, if you have any questions at all or would like to schedule a session for a one-on-one nutrition guidance with Custom Fit, please go ahead and take a picture of the QR code here, and we would love to talk to you and schedule a free 20-minute consultation. Again, my name is Summer Williams, and I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to this webinar today all about protein. Thank you again, and have a great day.